Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the MakeCode Arcade live stream, a Dolphin stream, where we bring you Dolphin facts and Dolphin video games every day of the week. I'm Richard, at Richard on MakeCode Forum.
I'm Daryl, at Darzu on the MakeCode Forum.
I'm Hassan, at Hassan on the MakeCode Forums.
I'm Joey, at J1drill on the MakeCode Forum.
And I'm Vivian, at LiveTruth on the MakeCode Forums.
All right. Vivian, as our chief Dolphin expert, do you want to maybe give some background onto this game that we've been working on?
Okay, fun fact about dolphins. They use their clicks to navigate the world. True? False? True. So that's why there is this famous game called Echo, the Magic Alien Dolphin, made on the Sony years ago. And it captured Richard... What? Sega, and it captured Richard and Hassan's heart. So now, decades later, we are recreating the magic of Echo in arcade. And so we have a dolphin who swims around and cruelly eats fish, and then decides the fish isn't enough, so it must enter the skies. And so yesterday, we added stars for the dolphin to eat, and then also a bird for the dolphin not to eat, but to observe in the wild, and also a barrel roll.
Yeah, let's do a barrel roll. Oh no. I need to be going straight up to do a barrel roll.
And we also added an altimeter to tell you what height it is. And now we're going to, make it the most realistic game ever.
That was amazing.
Back to you, Richard.
All right. So my plan today is we want to do, this is a game about doing sick tricks, because this is Tony Albatross Pro Dolphin. And I've been trying to think of how to do that without, exhausting our animation budget and getting on Vivian's bad side more.
No, it's okay. I'm okay with it.
All right. But so basically what I've thought is you should get points depending on what you do. You should only have so much time to do tricks before you land in the water. And the two tricks that we have right now, the one trick that we have right now is basically the barrel roll. So, I showed that off before. I think the other one we could do really easily, though, is just a flip. So if you're in the air and you're coming down, you can start doing flips. And you want to make sure that you don't, you're not mid-flip when you hit the water, else you'll get a point deduction. But otherwise, you'll get points the more flips you do. And we'll do the classic, snowboarding, skateboarding game thing where it says 360, 720, 1040. 1080 and keeps going up like that. Yeah. So anyway, that's my idea. What do you guys think?
That's awesome. So barrel rolls on the way up, flips on the way down.
Yeah.
Nice.
So the other thing I want to do is I want to make our star guys do something. So right now they don't do anything; they're just up there. But I think the idea is that you're going to have a time limit while you're playing this game, and getting the star guys will just make it so you accelerate faster when you're in the water. So it'll make it easier to do tricks if you get those star guys while you're up in the air. Yeah, let's do that real quick. So we've already got code to make them disappear when we hit them. Let's see, where is that? Collectible, here we go. So we're going to create a variable, which is going to be called acceleration boost. And basically, we're just going to accumulate this every single time we destroy one of these guys. So it's going to start at 0, it's going to go to 1, and we're going to do something with this to make us accelerate faster. So let's go to where we're doing that. It is in a function I know. Move towards angle, right here. So right here, we change current speed by 1 every moment that you're pressing a button. And right now, the only way to kind of change your current speed faster than that is to eat a fish. And you lose your speed if you hit the wall or if you go out, if you jump up into the air. So I feel like it's probably going to be a little bit too much if we just add it. But hey, let's try it.
Yeah, maybe like plus 1/5 per or something, but we'll see. 20% per star.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, the other thing I want to do is I want to reduce the number of stars we have.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I put a ton in there. So let's get rid of like at least a row.
What's the game where you have like the ball and you're hitting the bricks?
Breakout.
Breakout. That's what this was feeling like to me.
I thought you were gonna say Brick Breaker.
Brick Breaker, I think, is like the generic name for Breakout.
Mm.
There we go. We'll have like one nice little band that you can go through and hopefully grab some. And then also, just for fun real quick, we're also going to make them bob up and down. And then we'll get to the actually trying this out. So let's go ahead and go into our animations extension, go to animate, going to go into our Starman. There you are. Gonna do bobbing in place, and then 500 milliseconds and loop on. All right. Whenever I need to go high, I can never do it. But like when I'm just messing around before and after stream, I can like hit space every time. All right, let's do it. Getting serious now.
Don't choke. Oh.
I want to go lower in the water so your angle changes aren't interrupted.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a magnificent leap.
Not good enough.
So you know in basketball when people shoot the basket, people are like shot to distract. What would that be in this game?
Yeah, cool. I got 2 of them. So
Nice.
now let's see how fast I accelerate. Whoa.
Oh, it's a permanent increase.
Yeah.
Ah.
Okay, yeah, that's a little bit too much. So I think, yeah, let's do what Joey said. Let's divide by 5. Also, no more bopping. It was weird. Here we go. So let's go ahead and do some math. We'll do a divide by 5. And yeah, all right, that's probably fine. I'm not going to test it out just yet because I want to get to the other stuff. But as I'm playing it and, you know, testing things out, hopefully we'll be able to see if it's what it's like. All right. So let's go ahead and do flipping now. So I think the important thing is going to be, right now we have B as kind of our trick button. So I'm going to keep using that, and maybe we'll make it both on A and on B so that, you know, you don't have to choose between the two since we're not using both. But the idea is going to be that when you're going downwards, you can start doing flips. You can only do one flip at a time, obviously, and the flip speed I think will just be pretty quick. And you want to do as many flips as you can before you get to the bottom. So to do that, we're going to have to do something similar to how we did our barrel roll. So where did we do that?
Bottom.
Where is our button pressed? Here it is. All right, so right now I'm going to go ahead and make a function, and we're going to call it do a stunt. And we're going to take this and move it in here. And I'm going to duplicate this button pressed, make it an on A button pressed. And I'm going to go ahead and drag in a call to our function. For A and B, cool. All right. So we also want to go ahead and do our other trick. So let's look at this check first. We're doing if not under the C and if the velocity is less than -200, which means we're going up. So we could actually restructure this a little bit, and let's do that. we're going to go ahead and drag out this not under the C and put it here. And we're going to move this if statement on the inside so that we don't have to check this not under the C both times. So if our velocity is less than -200, else if our, we'll actually want to do an else if. Our Vy is greater than 0, which means that we're falling down. Then we want to go ahead and do a flip. So to do that, should be pretty easy. Oh, interesting. We might have a bug right now where you can do like multiple barrel rolls, I think. So
Kind of long though, we're going outside, so I can't. Right now, it's going to be queuing up the buttons, right? So we'll have to do something about that, like run in parallel. So
right.
So you don't press like B 2 times by accident for a flip and then have no way of stopping it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right. So right now I'm going to change this barrel roll to doing a trick. And we're going to go ahead and do another animation block now. This one right here. And we're going to be choosing whether or not to use our left frames or our right frames. So inside of our, well, I guess we only have left frames, don't we? Where are our dolphin images? There you go. So let's go ahead and animate this with, yeah, 100 is probably fine. We'll do loop off. And this is 8 images, so we're going to pause for 8. And I don't think this is going to work quite right, but we'll just see where we're at, and try and fix it. So let's go ahead and set doing a trick true here and set doing a trick false. And what this variable is doing, by the way, is it's just making sure that you can't do, or that we don't override this animation, because right now we set the image of the dolphin every frame. All right. That actually worked pretty well, huh?
Dope.
Let's see. If we wanted to spend time on it, we could probably do something cute, like searching through the array to find the image we start at so that we only do a flip and we don't like reset it. But that's a lot of work in blocks and very easy in JavaScript, so maybe we leave that off.
Work is also important. All right, I'm going to make this a little snappier. So let's do like 75. See what that looks like. And I want to do even faster. Let's do 50. Yeah, that looks good.
Looks so good.
All right, and we're going to pause for 500, which is a little bit longer than all of our images. So I think that there's going to be a little bit of cooldown time for you. All right, so let's go ahead now, and we're going to do the thing that Joey just mentioned, which is when we call our do a stunt, we want to make sure that we are not queuing things up. So what he meant by that is right now, if I press these buttons multiple times, because there's a pause right here, it's just going to wait for it to finish, and then it will run the next time I push the button, which is not what we want to do. We want to be responsive and only do it when they're actually pushing the button. We'll just like throw away the button events that happen while we're doing a trick. So that's pretty easy for us to do. All we need to do is, first, we're going to get a separately do. By the way, this didn't happen on stream, but I added the arcade timers extension because I was messing around with some stuff earlier. I didn't actually change any code, which is why I didn't talk about it, but now I have to. So we're going to use this separately do. And this is a Daryl extension. And we are going to go ahead and go into our if, and we're just going to make another if real quick, which is if we are not doing a trick. I could do an ant here, but it takes more time when you're in blocks. And actually, let me do it like this. Cool. All right. So yeah, this looks pretty good. What do we want to do now? We want to, I think, fix the animation for depending on which direction you're going in. So right now we have this problem where it looks pretty good if you're going to the like right. But if you're going backwards, we should probably be not doing it in that direction because it looks like you're doing something weird. So let's figure that out real quick. Let's go ahead and do another if statement. And we're going to do if, why am I looking at variables? I want the VX. And I want a comparison block. So if VX is greater than or equal to 0, we're going to do the right animation. Otherwise, we're going to do the wrong animation. Just kidding. So we're going to do this same thing with the dolphin image, but we need to have a reversed version of this so that it's going in the opposite direction. Is that right?
I don't think that will work, right? Like the back of the dolphin should be on the inside of the loop.
Yeah.
But
and I'm thinking we call this one a different trick because you're going backwards. You know?
But if you just reverse the images, it won't get the dolphins back on the inside of this circle. Am I right? I'm not a dolphin scientist.
We're thinking between a front flip and a back flip, right? And so this would be reversing the array itself, you mean? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That sounds right.
That is what we're talking about. I mean, that would work, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it works as well as turning the other way around it.
Yeah, so I think we're good here. So let's go ahead and we're just going to do a, I could write some code to copy this array over, but we're not changing this image and I'm lazy. So we're going to make a new variable that's called backflip images. And for this one, we are going to go ahead and go into our arrays, and we're going to call this reverse function that we have right here.
Nice.
Cool. And now let's go over here to where we're doing our backflip. All right, let's see how that looks. My goal for these little tests is just to go down to the bottom and then go up. Yeah, that didn't look quite right, did it? Let me slow it down. You know what?
Is it the starting position not matching?
Yeah, I think so. So we're actually just going to, I think, do it by hand. All right, so you want to do this one, then you want to do this one, right? Next, we want to do the one where you're facing down, so that's right. Then we want to do the one where you're like, you want to do this one. Then we want to do this one. Then we want to do this one. And that one. I think that's right. Whoops. I'm not still reversing it, am I?
No, I think you took that out. Wait, what are you
Doesn't-
seeing? What is it?
Doesn't look right, does it?
Isn't it because the back needs to be like?
Oh, do I need to shift all of these images?
So okay, so the dolphin's like going upward. It's like engaging its abs and like curving up.
Well, no. So the idea was that it's like this one should be up top,
Mm-hmm.
I think. And then it should be like doing the same flip as before, but it's going to be like, you know, going bam, then bam. You know,
I think the
like that.
image is. I think the image is. Yeah. Okay.
I think if I just shift them all, it should be fine, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh. This isn't a dolphin problem. It's a geometry problem. It's like if you had a sphere and you were like flipping it inside out.
It might be like that.
Is that how they make donut holes?
Yep. It's definitely not just little lumps of dough that they fry.
That would be a lie. That would be hurtful.
Ridiculous.
I guess the dolphin's back isn't very flexible, you know. It can use its muscles to get it around the circle, but can't arch. Should do more yoga.
Yeah, for some
When are you
reason,
gonna
it
kill
just
him?
never really took off with dolphins.
But it worked with goats. It's because dolphins are mean, you know? You put a dolphin on your back to do yoga, and it smacks you in the face with its tail.
Do baby goats help, or they just be distracting? That barrel roll.
Yeah, I hit the wall, which was unfortunate. Was that right? I think that was right.
I think it looks stranger. I want to see it again.
I wish we had like just a right click convert array to animation block so we could just see this in the animation.
Yeah. I can't put my finger on it.
The issue, I think, is because the dolphin isn't curved in its, you know, flip. It's like curved the other way. Like it's like two concentric circles before it, and one side is like the belly side, and one side is the back side. No?
But it already makes that motion, right? When it's turning backwards, when it's turning counterclockwise, it does doing the same.
But the body isn't curved the right way, you know, because it's like chunks of a circle around, and now it's like, you know, those chunks, but placed on different sides. So it's like that's my.
And now the dolphin's dead.
When it's when the dolphin is facing directly down and directly up, would it not be better if it was centered? Or
it's supposed to be going around a circle, but like Vivian mentioned, it's curved like it's going around the other way. So, like it's making this loop when really it should be kind of like going the other direction. It shouldn't be centered though, because like imagine it's going around a circle. Like it's easier to tell with this one.
Oh, I can definitely see it with the facing forward. Okay, that makes sense. The
issue here is that it needs to be curved correctly. So
I think Vivian's first answer was that we need to engage the abs here. So. That's the correct thing. This dolphin needs some abs training.
Spin-off series.
I mean, but should the back foot follow the same curve? Because like the front foot, it looks nice because the dolphin's already curved in that direction. But if the back foot was more in place.
Draw a dolphin.
I think we need just new images.
Yeah, I think we either need new images or we can just do something to get around this. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead and create another bit of code, and we'll see if this looks ridiculous or if it's fine. But we're going to do a for of loop.
We're going to flip the front flip images.
Yep, horizontally. So for each of these, we're going to go ahead and make a variable first.
I guess dolphins do have a pretty recognizable backflip sort of behavior where they do the thing where they like flip over and they do like a curl, and it's what you see in all the GIFs of dolphins.
Yeah, all right. So we're going to do this. We're going to put this a clone first. So let's go into images. Let's go ahead and do a clone. We're going to clone this value. Then we're going to flip it. So instead of images, we have flip horizontally. And then we're going to add it to our backflip images array. All right. Part of the fun of Echo the Dolphin was how incredibly difficult it was to control. Yeah, so that looks all right, right?
Mm.
Still a little weird, but not that bad. All right, that's good enough for now. All right. So, cool. All right, that's okay. Now let's do our score stuff. So we want the name of the trick to show up, and we're going to have two parts to the text. There's going to be the name of the trick, which is going to be like well, there's going to be a few parts to the text actually. So let's go ahead and just kind of define what it should look like. So if you just do a barrel roll, the text is just going to be
2 R's. Well, no.
barrel roll. If you do a flip, it's going to be, flip. If you do a barrel roll plus a flip, it'll be barrel roll plus flip. And then we're also going to have a number here, which is the number of flips you do. So it'll be 360 like that. And as you keep going, the flip number is going to increase. If you, not barrel flip. So if you do more than one barrel roll, I don't know if that's actually possible, but if you do, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, all right. So let's go ahead and start doing an assembly of these tricks. And the way I think we're going to do that is we're going to go ahead and use I don't know, what is the best way to do this?
Do you want the
Two
words to
variables?
appear after you enter the water?
No, while you're in the
Or-
air.
Oh.
All right. 2 R's, 1 L.
Mm.
We're going to do barrel roll count, and we're going to do flip count. All right. And we're going to go ahead and go into our function, do a stunt. And when you do a barrel roll, we're going to go ahead and change our barrel roll count by 1. And we're going to change our flip count by 1. And I'm doing this at the end of the trick so that we can do some stuff to figure out if we are doing it correctly or not. It's not going to be until we finish the trick that you kind of get the points added. So the other thing we want to do right now is that when we're going into the water, where's that at? There's a function for it.
I don't know this one.
Here we go. So right here, we're going to go ahead and set both of these to be 0 again. Okay. So let's go ahead and make a function now. And this function is going to be called update trick counter. I've been using the word stunt. Actually, I've been using both. Okay, so I want to have 2 text sprites here. I want to have one text sprite that says everything, but I want the number to be a separate text sprite because as the number goes up for 360, 720, 1080, and so on, it's going to get like change colors to be more intense.
Nice.
So let's go ahead and create both of these text sprites first. We're going to go ahead and do that over here instead of on start. So let's go ahead and create our first text sprite. And is there a way to change the, there is no way to change the text sprite color once it's created, right?
Yeah, there should be. What if you hit that plus button?
That's the
when you're doing set
yeah,
text.
this one.
The on the set text, right? Sorry. Oh.
You could change
no,
the
you're
border, right?
Yeah.
You could keep the inside to always be white.
I don't want to do border.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we should add that.
All right, so we're going to set our trick text right here. And we'll make our other one just on the fly and destroy it when we update. Okay, so let's go ahead and go down to, did I make my function yet? Yeah, where is it? Update trick counter. And we want to call this in a few places. We want to call this when we do a trick. And we want to call this when we go into the water. I just keep getting lost.
The ocean's big.
The ocean is big. There's a movie about it.
What movie?
I mean, I think there are a lot of movies that kind of boil down to the ocean is big. Finding Nemo, documentaries about the ocean.
Isn't Finding Nemo really about love, though? It's been a while since I've seen Finding Nemo.
All right. So we have a trick string, and we're going to set that to be an empty string. And now let's go ahead and build up our text. So the first thing we want to check is our like our barrel roll count. So we're going to put an if statement right here. We're going to say that if our barrel roll count is greater than 1, or actually, let's just go ahead and do check the actual value. So we're going to do if barrel roll count equals 2, then we're going to set our trick string to be double. If it's equal to 3, which again, I don't think is possible, but you know what, we're going to be careful and do it just in case. And set to triple, and then if it's even more ludicrous, we're going to set it to quadruple. And let's go ahead and put this right here. And for each of these, we also want to add a space. Okay. Now we want to check to see if our barrel roll count is. That was a dumb thing to copy paste. Okay. If our barrel roll count is equal to or greater than or equal to 1, then we are going to add the word barrel roll to our trick string. So to do that, we're going to use the text join block. Two R's, 1 L. And then we're also going to add now we're going to, inside of here, we're going to see if we have any flips. So let's do this and do flip count. So if flip count is greater than or equal to 1, then we want to add a plus. With a space after it. Did I put a space here? No, I didn't. There we go. And now we're going to, inside of here, if flip count is greater than or equal to 1 again, we're going to add flip. With a space. And now we're going to go ahead and create our other thing, which is going to be a new variable, and it's going to be called flip. And now I'm not even going to bother with it. It would take a while. So flip space plus, and then we're going to do 360 times our flip count. Whoa. Is that everything?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. All right. So one other thing we need to do real quick is we need to set relative to camera on our trick string. So let's go ahead and do that, our trick text. And we want to set its position at the end of this function. And so I'm thinking that the, oh, we also need to actually set the text. And then we're going to set our position, which is going to be like centered near the bottom of the screen. There. All right, let's try this out.
so good.
Cool. All right. Let's go ahead and change this text color to be black, I think.
We have some concerned viewers about the dolphin's nose from entering the water. Just thought you should know, Richard.
What about it? Oh, getting injured?
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Don't worry.
Because cartilage.
Why isn't this going away? Didn't I clear the thing when we go into the water?
You cleared.
Set flip count to 0, set barrel count to 0, call update trick counter. Oh, right. It's because we are always adding the +1 even if we are underwater when we finish our flip. So what we're going to do is right here, we're going to check and see our variable. Are we under the sea? And if we are, then we're going to actually do something a little bit different. We're going to deduct some points from you, I think.
Are we gonna say lame too?
I was going to say sloppy.
Oh, okay. That's probably nicer.
Sloppy sounds meaner. Wow. This looks so good.
The text should also stay a little bit longer, I think, once you land in the water. So we'll figure out how to do that in a second. So we're going to go ahead and make a variable, which is called sloppy. And we're going to set that to true. And then we're going to go over here. Where is our underwater thingy? My God, I need to find this thing. Here we go. So we're going to, inside of here, in the timer extension, we have another handy thing, which is after some amount of time, do something. We're going to put this in here. We're going to do it after 1 second. And we're going to call update trick counter again. So we're going to call update trick counter, I think, well, we don't need to call it out here because we're going to call it at the end of that function. And after 1000, we're going to call update trick counter, which is going to set this to 0. We also want to set our variable back to false. And now inside of our update trick text, oh, is this going to go off the screen? Let me do some tricks real quick. Yeah, I need to do some barrel rolls.
You have a clean exit.
Yeah, no way that's going to fit on the screen. So we're actually going to create another text sprite. Now right there, we're going to do it inside of onStart. And this one is going to be new variable lame text. We're going to make this one red. And we're also going to set this one to be relative to camera.
Are we gonna make it really big?
No, it's going to be the same size as the trick text.
Okay.
They want to rub their face in it.
I mean, maybe
Also, I'm going to move my altimeter back to being small. And maybe since we're using red now to mean something bad, we'll make this like pink. I love pink. All right, where was I going? Going to update trick text. It'd be easy to see. It's a bunch of if statements. There it is. Okay, now here we're going to do if sloppy, then we are going to set our text to be see, what did I call this? Lame text? Be minus sloppy. Otherwise, we want to set it to be just the empty string. And we'll set our position to be the same x, and then y will be 110. Ah, that was so good. That didn't work quite like I wanted it to. Probably because we're clearing it before we do an update. So I think what we want to do is where we're clearing our flip count and barrel count. So where is that?
It's right there. It's right there.
There we go. We're just going to move all these into here. That was weird. Did I do something weird over here? Well, for one, this should be lame text. All right, let's try this again real quick. Guys, I'm so bad at this game. I'm so good when no one's watching me.
If a Richard is good at a game when nobody's watching, is he actually good at gaming?
Good question. Valid thing to ask. Why is the barrel roll disappearing?
Why is the... Oh.
Oh, okay, I know why. So basically what's happening is this under the C thing is getting called, I think, while we're over 2 tiles. So we're setting it to be true, and then false, and then true. Or we're setting it to be false, then true, then false. And so it's causing it to queue this, which is clearing it while we're still up in the air. So what we want to do is we only want to run this code if we have a barrel roll count or a flip count. Or sloppy.
Okay. Yeah.
So we can just use an OR for that. Yeah, fun thing about JavaScript is that if something is false or if something is 0, it'll evaluate to be false. So you can just do an OR here to check. Oh, whoops. To check this, because if flip count is not 0 or barrel roll count is not 0, both of these will return true. and so will sloppy, obviously, if sloppy is set to true.
My favorite part about that is that the way you describe that in JavaScript is that all things are either truthy or falsy, and that's not a joke.
Because they're not true, as you know, they won't return true if you do equals true, but
why is it not
the same way.
truthfully or falsely?
Because truthy and falsy is just way better, and whoever, like, you know, the person who made JavaScript is just pretty cool about it. Like, yeah, this is a better name. We should just go with it.
All right. All right. Let's do this.
You got this, Richard.
Serious now.
Yeah. You got to think of like dolphin sounds. What is this? You have to imagine the pain Tony is feeling. Oh.
All right. Well, it worked. All right. Now let's do our score calculation. So we want to do that inside of here also. And I think, what should it be? Should barrel rolls be worth less than flip counts, I think? Flips, I think. Does that sound right?
Which one's harder for you to do?
Barrel rolls are basically free. They only block off flips because you can't. I mean, we made it so it's hard to get a barrel roll and die and lose.
But aren't flips riskier because you might get sloppy?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why they're worth more.
Oh, makes sense.
And should it scale up so that like the first flip is worth 1, and then the second flip is worth like, 2, and then the third flip is worth 4?
Yeah, sure, I like that. So let's go ahead and do our calculation real quick. So we're going to do barrel roll count times, let's do 200.
Nice.
Big numbers are more fun. And then we want to do, for this one, we want to do our flip count. Where is our flip count? All right, our flip count. And what Joey was saying was we want it to increase by more every time you do it. So one way to do that is to square it. This right here is exponent, star, star. Okay, so the first flip will be worth 200. The second flip will be worth 800. The third flip will be worth 1,800. The fourth flip will be worth 3,200. 32,000? 3,200.
You could do 2.
It wouldn't go from 1,800.
You could do 2 to the flip count if you wanted.
Yeah, I think I was describing 2 to the flip count.
Okay. Except we also need to handle if flip count is 0. So let's go ahead and just do this a little differently. We're going to go ahead and do a logic right here. We're going to say if there is flip count, then we'll do this change score by. As if flip count is 0, this will always give you 200 because 2 to the 0 is 1. All right, so we're going to do another change score by. We don't need to do that for barrel roll count because if barrel roll count is 0, this will be 0. And then finally, we want to check to see if we got sloppy.
Minus 5,000.
I do want to make it so you can go negative. So I think it's going to be like minus 300. All right. And I think we've got a pretty good game now. The only thing that's kind of left to do is to do the countdown. That's easy. All right, we're running out of time. I got to stop playing. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and go into our on start, and we'll go into info, and we're just going to use the start countdown, and we'll give you a full minute, I think. Is that good? Or maybe we should go even higher, but for now we'll do 60. Oh, let me fix that altimeter.
$60 seems good to start.
Why is it pronounced altimeter, not altimeter?
I don't know. Hey, did you finish that cover image?
Yeah.
I made one, but it doesn't look fancy.
I feel like you're
Okay.
saying that, but then we're gonna be like, whoa, when we see it.
The issue is there's too many letters, you know? I'll send it, but I'm not proud of it. Then I wasn't sure if we were gonna put it in or not, so I stopped trying. So I'm sending it in chat. Oh, I have to shorten my message?
Oof. Wow, you made that background image of yours is really long.
I don't know what to
You can put it into the asset tool and then share it, and then
Good call,
give me
good
a.
call.
Yeah.
Good call.
Where do I set the altimeter text? All right, this is the last day we're doing this game because I'm losing track of everything.
Or switch into TypeScript.
Chat says it's pronounced altimeter.
Sounds less fancy.
I mean, is that why some people say aluminium versus aluminum?
Isn't
think
that,
it's
no,
altimeter.
isn't that just how
I think
people
you
in
can
New
say it either
Zealand?
way, but it's not thermometer. I had trouble even saying that.
Altimeter, altitude meter. That makes sense.
I guess if you pronounce it closer to how you pronounce altitude.
Yeah. Because I mean that makes sense. That
I don't know. English isn't really phonetic, so like, I don't know how much I trust.
Yeah. Oof.
Nice.
No stars.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, right. There was one other thing I wanted to do, which is if you're in space, you should get extra points.
Nice.
Nice. That makes sense.
Ah, shoot. But I can't do that inside of this text thing without doing more stuff.
Can you? Well, you can just add another flag, right? We just need when we hit space, set a flag, and then multiply by that and clear it in the same way we clear all the other flags.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to add another line to the text. Barrel roll plus flip 360 fills it up.
Yeah. We could put it on the same line as the lame space instead of lame. Lame space if it's both.
All right, so we're gonna add another line. I'm just gonna do this real quick because I like it too much to not do it. But you guys have permission to stop watching if you want, because it is 2 o'clock.
Oh.
Yeah, you didn't have permission before, but now you have permission. You were locked in here with us.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and go to, let's look at our tile map real quick. Okay, so as long as they overlap with purple, they should always do that if they go to the outer space, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It would be extremely unlikely if you hit just these star tiles.
I mean, it'll only move at most. Yes, it'll always hit one of the boundary tiles, for sure.
All right, cool.
Even if you're going 2,000 pixels per second.
So we're going to do on sprite if kind of player overlaps this. And then we're going to set another variable, which is going to be touched space. And we'll set that to be true. Oh, Vivian, did you give me the image?
I did. It's a shared. It's an extension.
Whoa, fancy.
But albatross is such a long word. Just want to put that out there. Oh, it's not
Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and I'm pretty sure the way I'm going to have to do this is I'm going to have to go into a sprite block, find the image way down at the bottom. Oh, this looks great. This looks amazing.
What are you talking about?
The text, is all wonky. They should be slanted the same way.
It's absurd.
Sloppy work. Sloppy.
So we're going to call this title. We're going to set this to be, well, actually, we're just going to create it, and then we're going to do a pause for 2 seconds, and then we're going to destroy it. And albatross is a pretty big word. I'll give him 5 seconds.
You could destroy it with an effect.
I don't want to destroy the memory of the devices if you wanted to disintegrate effects or something. All right. So let me go ahead and do this text stuff. Oh, we also need to clear the touch space. So do that right here. We're going to go ahead and set our touch space to be false. Okay, and what score should you get if you touch space?
9,000.
1,000.
Give you 500 though.
Yeah. It's not easy to get into space.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, and so let's go ahead and do this right here. We're going to go ahead and do an if you touched space. Then we're going to, well, not position, we want to get the text. And we'll do set the trick text line 2 text to plus touched space. Otherwise, we're going to set it to be nothing. And the other thing we want to do is, I think that if we touched space, what we're going to do is actually, I'm going to put this sloppy text up above this. And basically, if we touch the space, then we're going to nudge this one up and nudge this one down and put it right in the middle. So this one is going to be at 80, and then the Y is going to be 10. Let's see. The first one's 110. So this is going to be 105, I think. And this is going to be a pain to test. And we're going to change the Y of the other two. So let's go ahead and get this change Y. Of trick text by -5. And we're going to change the Y of sloppy lame text. By +5 and 9 this if. All right, I'm gonna try and do this now.
Don't think of it as a burden, Richard. Think of it as an opportunity for Dolphin in space.
I'm not laughing at you, Richard. I'm laughing at Spin the Bottlenose Dolphin.
Oh man. So it kind of goes off the screen if you get a double barrel roll. So I'm gonna change this to be double like that, and triple like that, and quadruple is gonna be quad.
Nice.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'm Richard at Richard on the MakeCode forum.
Daryl, we can't.
Daryl, I
Daryl's
didn't hear
muted.
you.
He's Daryl.
Daryl. Oh yeah.
Good fun.
I'm Hassan at Hassan on the MakeCode forums.
I'm Joey at JWonderl on the MakeCode forums.
And I'm Vivian at LipTurf on the MakeCode forums.
And thanks for tuning in. I'll probably try and add some music to this game over the weekend or something. And hopefully we can put it up on the home screen because I think it's pretty good.
Richard, do you think you can make dolphin noises in Mixer?
Oh man, we should have done our best dolphin impressions next time.
I did mine.
Wait.
Wow, that is oddly difficult to make dolphin noises. Please include that in the game.
I don't know.
No, it's hard. I appreciate it.
All right, I'm gonna make this even shorter because it still went off screen, and it's just gonna be 2x, 3x, 4x.